Hello, this is part 3 of the SotN any percent speedrun tutorial. This is just going to go over like some of the basic combat stuff and then the route through Slogra and Gaibon. The first part of this run, you're going through Slogra and Gaibon, then Doppelganger, and then getting the Wolf Relic and coming back to the clock room in the Marble Gallery so you can get to the Coliseum faster. I'm just going to start this game up here. The start of the run, you want to get back to that clock room in under 9 minutes. This is pretty easy to do on the Xbox, not as easy to do on the PlayStation. There's about a 22-second difference between the versions. So if you're getting 8:38 on the clock rush in the Xbox version, just know you're really cutting close, maybe not making it on the PlayStation. If you're getting 8:30 consistently on that, you probably can get sub 9 consistently on PlayStation. Just keep in mind, you can still make this very easily, even if you have kind of slow shield dashing. Like my first 3257 run that I submitted to SDA, got there like 8:40 under that, and like my shield dashing was like this, basically. And not even, like, it was like, yeah, like that, I guess. Really slow shield dashing. So, don't worry about that too much. It's not the most important thing when you're starting out, but as soon as you get sub 9 clock, you will notice your time's just dropping really rapidly. So, I got here in 1:01, you notice. That's because I got the Dracula kill perfectly 32. It's going to be 32 or 33 on both versions if you went and paused and looked at this, if you got it perfectly. But when you start the game, it's going to be 112, 113 on PlayStation if you pause and started this, and like 101, 102 on Xbox, just because of the difference in loading up to this point. That's actually most of the difference, about half the difference in loading for the clock rush, just in like this opening sequence. So the strength is 13. You know, that was determined from the intro battle being perfect. So as long as you do the intro battle correctly, you should have 13 strength. Every time you level up, you're gonna have a chance at getting 4 stat boosts, and strength is pretty much the only important one in this run. You can have bad luck. I've gotten to the second castle at 13 strength before, no strength level ups the whole time, but usually it's going to be 1 point, sometimes 2 points that you get per level up. Obviously, once in a while you just won't get any strength boost, but it's really only relevant for half the run, so don't worry about it too much. We'll find ways to deal with varying amounts of strength. So you're starting out, basically, you can turn around, kill these wargs. Something you actually can do to get in the habit of, you notice it's slower when I like do this as compared to like doing this. For the Alucard sword, it's not a huge difference. For other weapons that you have equipped in this game ever, it's definitely better to jump slash downwards. You notice I keep myself moving forward, and also the jump cancels the attack, so I can actually chain attacks better than if I was doing this. Again, Alucard sword's very fast swing, not a huge difference, but other weapons in the game, you should definitely try to chain them. The zombies that are coming up here, they have like a few different set patterns of spawning. You'll notice, you'll get used to seeing, based on the first zombie you see, how the rest are going to spawn as long as you keep a consistent pace. If they spawn close to you at the start, it's the worst pattern you can get. If they spawn right next to the warg, that's the best pattern you can get. That's what you hope for, but you'll just get used to dealing with them no matter what pattern they give you. I tend to not backdash, or not shield dash here. I just backdash, and then just keep going there. That helps me stay in front of the zombie spawns instead of dashing right into them. It's just for consistency. So something about this jump slash If you do it correctly, it's only going to matter on the rock coming up and Minotaur and Werewolf. If you do it correctly, you can register a hit on the way up and down. It's pretty precise, but if you can do it, it's nice, because on the rock coming up here, I didn't get it. I had to slash second time, but you see it plenty of times in my stream if you've been to it. You just save some frames because you hit it twice while you're in the air and coming down instead of having to slash again. Just a pretty minor time saver. It's faster to go through the rock always than go over, though. If you kill a lot of zombies, you'll level up on that second guy. Usually it's going to be this third guy. There's a turkey here if you want it. I mean, that's just for like security if you're new to the run. Most of the time you'll find after you've practiced it a bit, you'll just never be grabbing that turkey because you won't need it. This part, you've lost your equipment. You're just going to be normal dashing for a while. It's actually easier this way than if you're shield dashing, because everything you can just count the dashes before your next move. Like, I'll show here. When I get in this next room, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then jump. Start jumping up. This is going to be 5, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Oh. Okay, what I was trying to do there, I usually never miss this like that. Usually it costs like no time to try. If you backdash when you're going into the Cubozoe and you like have your head in the Cubozoe, you'll gain some frames coming back. Not a huge deal if you don't get it. Just you'll gain a little bit of space coming back here. I just completely failed it because it's a tutorial. I guess I have to fail everything I want to show. But yeah. So about the backdash thing, you'll just get used to counting them like I do in your head. Obviously, I never say it out loud when I'm streaming. And you'll get used to doing the little frame saver on the Cubozoe also if you want to try it. But not a huge deal if you don't do it, obviously. Obviously, you can see you can waste time doing it if you do it like I did. Alright, something to cover real quick in this room. I'm unequipped right now, right? Most people wonder, hey, the short sword has a higher attack, why aren't you equipping that? It takes you from 13 to 15, right? But notice how long this animation is. Even if I jump slash, like how long the animation is. If you're 13 with the punches, you can actually get, if you're close enough to an enemy, 3 punches in the same amount of time, you get 1 slash. So, this really only matters on the bosses, but overall it's better to keep the punches on, because you're getting 39 for the same amount of time you're getting 15 from a sword, and the animation is shorter. So it's always better to have punches on until the shield rod. So, you'll get used to the backdashes here when you enter the Alchemy Lab. I jump down here, do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This guy's always in the same position. They're forward to that guy. You can punch the bones, and then if he's throwing them there to get through them, and then you jump attack these guys, like to keep moving forward, like I said before. When you get to this room, just non-stop backdash, and you'll get guaranteed, because these guys are always in the same position when you do this fast. So this guy's gonna damage boost me through those spikes. And something to keep in mind, I'm gonna jump out of the damage. I'll just show it real quick. Boom. So you have an invincibility period there after you get knocked down, and when you land, you want to jump out of the animation, because you'll notice when I get damaged normally, there's that animation where I just have to like pause for a second, right? And I can't move until I'm out of it. But when you jump out of it, you gain control quicker. That's helpful both on taking damage and when you take long falls from platforms. Like what's going to happen in the boss room, or the room before the boss room for Slogra and Gaibon. You'll notice I'm doing it there. And so yeah, you take this damage boost through, jump out of it. you equip the leather shield, now you can shield dash again. That's good. So, about candles, all candles in the game have a set item in them. It's never going to change, except for some pots and stuff that only have a one-time item. But like this is going to have the knife. You want the knife. I basically break every candle between here and the boss door except for the last one, which has an axe, which you don't want. You want to have the knife. Anytime you get a sub-weapon and you come back, it's going to be a big heart, which is 5. You only need 45-ish hearts for the whole run. Yeah, it's really not going to be a huge deal in this run. There's plenty of places to get big hearts. I'll show you all the candles that have big hearts later, but yeah. When you're coming up, just break every candle. You'll end up getting a few hearts that way and some worthless money, but you're not wasting any time breaking them. Okay, this next room, this guy drops poison, right? It feels random, but it's really like time-based, I think, when you get here. But, you know, to kind of deal with the fact that when you get poisoned, your attack goes down a lot, and you take way more damage. So, you're really just slowing yourself down massively, putting yourself at the risk of death if you get poisoned. So, there's a few ways to deal with this going in this room. I know what Reign of SotN does. He shield dashes in here, waits here in case of any poison like that, and then dashes through. What I do is, I'm shield dashing the whole time, and if I see a poison drop, I will, like, just back up and wait for it. But sometimes there's, like, no poison like that, right? So that's when I get rewarded for doing it my way. But I find it's just really consistent if you, yeah, just do that. Well, not over the switch. I backed up there, but usually I just stop when there's a poison, and then you can shield dash right through it. So, like that. I keep forgetting this thing's already up, apparently. When you go through, after you hit the switch the first time, it's just gonna, like, stay like that, right? So, yeah, just kill this guy, go through. The next room, there's more poison spitter guys. You can always get past that guy before he has a chance of dropping poison, though. Just do exactly as I do. You want to shield dash, drop off, jump out of that, so you don't have the landing animation. You will always, see, drop poison there, but I beat it. If you do this fast enough, you will always beat that guy. I guess if you are new, though, and, like, just kind of have trouble with that, you might want to wait on the far left side here, like, just in case, like, over here, until he passes by, if you really want to play it, like, stupid safe. But you're really not going to have problems most of the time if you just do what I did. So, I'm just going to save here. You normally wouldn't use this save, but just to show Slogra and Gaibon and what you're doing here. So, there's a few different ways to get to the boss. Doesn't really matter which one. I jump out of that landing animation and then just shield dash the rest of the way here. I know some people like to go up the top here, jump down, jump out of that. But no matter what you do, you're going to end up here. And I like to stop, like, right here. I tend to go a little closer and run sometimes. But what you're going to do is throw 2 knives. Not 1, but 2. Because when you hit Slogra with the 2 knives, it's going to trigger Gaibon to pick them up. And then you can cast Tetra Spirit. Just to show Tetra Spirit over here, you hold up. You need to hold up at least a second. You can do it longer than a second. And then you do half circle down attack, like that. And usually the mistake people make when they're casting it at first is they push attack before they finish, like, going down, and that happens. Something else that can happen in this boss battle, when you throw the 2 knives, I'm just going to throw them right now, like, and you're holding up, like, the game's not going to count that towards a spell input. You need to throw the 2 knives, then tap up and hold it again. So just be cautious of that. I said you have to hold for a second. You don't have to count a second. After you throw the knives and tap up and hold it again, your visual cue for doing the half circle down attack is going to be the boss coming over you. You can cast it optimally when they're like right in front of you. If they're directly over you, though, that's fine to cast then. So I'm just gonna do this here. Like right there was a nice spot. And that got Gaibon to drop. Now, if you do it at the wrong time, sometimes Gaibon will not get hit by the balls enough and end up flying higher and waste a lot of time. But generally, if you just do it this way, like, you know, you're not going to run into inconsistencies too much. But just keep in mind, even Satoru and I still screw up, like, this battle once in a while. You'll see us mess it up, or me mess it up on my stream, rather. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Don't be discouraged if you miss a Tetris Spirit now and then. One thing to keep in mind after you beat the boss, you'll notice on the PlayStation version, I mean, that's something you want to do anyway on the Xbox to speed things up faster, but on the PlayStation version especially, when the item forms, the little health up, when it's forming, it lags the game really bad. So right after you kill them, make sure you shield dash to the door and like are going through that door immediately, because that'll reduce the amount of time you spend lagging the game, and that'll make it easier to get a sub 9 clock rush. Okay, I should have hit him enough. Alright, cool. Yeah, you notice like I was punching him like 3 times there. If I was a little further away, it would have been 2. You can like do this though. If you notice you're not punching him as much as you should, you can like tap forward, and then you'll probably be in range. It only moves you a little bit, so you won't be in danger of like running into him. Yeah, that's about it. I'll just do it one more time and then dash to the door, just show you like how you normally do that part. So yeah, pretty easy so far. The next part's going to be going up through Doppelganger. Not really a whole lot to cover there. Just you'll find most of it's just learning where the enemies are, but there's a few considerations to make that I'll talk about. There we go. Yeah, there you go. So you want to be through that door as fast as possible. I guess if you got hit a bunch somehow, you can grab the health up, but usually not necessary. So see you in the next part.